Welcome to Neurofield Basics. Today we're going to cover the use of the Dehabituator. My name is Dr. Nicholas Douglas, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Neurofield Incorporated. So let's get started. The Dehabituator was one of the first things that we actually built into the system. It has a great effect in a number of different levels. And let's see here. I have a number of different things hooked up to this system, but it's not showing them to me. Try this again. There we go. Now we see all my stim units. So you click, once you start up here, click on USB number 1, select your patient, select test 3, click on the check mark. Takes me into the stim setup page. I'm going to enable all the units that I want to use. And then click select protocol. In here, to use a dehabituator, you need any of the databases. It can be run from any of the databases. Just simply use the drop-down menu, scroll all the way to the bottom of it, and you'll see the very last protocol on the list will be ZZ Dehabituator. You select it and you load it. Now, once you load it, it takes you right to this widget right here. The Dehabituator is a random number generator. You tell it what ranges it can select numbers from, and it will create frequencies, durations, and voltage difference levels. The idea is to present the brain with a number of random frequencies and voltages, and the brain is a copycat. And when it's presented with multiple different kinds of frequencies, it cannot continue to do what it's doing essentially, and it can be a very disruptive procedure that helps a stuck system to become unstuck essentially. Like the use of DC or random noise, I like the Dehabituator to be followed with an entrainment protocol. Now with these checkboxes checked here on the left-hand side, I'm telling Neurofield what ranges it's allowed to pick numbers from. It automatically will populate with some of my favorite settings, with a lower range of 1, an upper range of 8. Duration is 1,000 to 5,000 milliseconds, voltage 3 to 5 volts. Now you'll find that this one actually works quite nicely. But you can click it into these boxes and you can change these ranges any way you want to. The lowest frequency that can be set up is 0.31 hertz. And the highest frequency that can be set is 300,000 hertz for EMF. And you'll see here we're on the EMF tab. The red tab is EMF. The yellow tab is the direct current, alternating current tab. That range can only be 1 to 1,000 hertz. And the durations for both can be 1,000 to 60,000, or 1 second to 60 seconds long. The ranges of stimulation here that can be set can be 0.5 to 2.5 milliamps. Not recommended to go above 1 in this particular type of situation because it could be quite uncomfortable. So usually 0.5 to 1, 1.5 is appropriate stimulation levels to disrupt the system. So you select your ranges that you want, and once you do, you simply enter in the number of stim cycles that you want Neurofield to create for you. Now typically around 100 stim cycles is enough to create roughly a 15-minute protocol. So if I put a 100 in here and then click on create protocol, it'll say, do you want to delete the table? You say yes, and then it will delete the table and it will populate a table with all the frequencies. Now you can see here it just ran through a number of things and it says Dehabituator protocol finished. If you want to see what it created, click on the View Protocol tab, and then you'll see 4 tabs here. The first 2 are EMF, and you can see what it's going to do for each of the specific channels. And the 3rd and 4th tabs are the cranioelectric units, and you can see what it's going to do for those. Dehabituator was one of the first things that we created in the system as a disruptor, and that was roughly 12 years ago. Since then, we've come up with what I think are some better methods that you can use in terms of alternating current and random noise. And so random noise can be very disruptive. And so if you want to use that with a dehabituator, simply go to the edited protocol here. We're going to, the EMF unit you could set to the ranges you want. With the current stem, if you want to use random noise and then use random EMF stimulations, you simply change the waveform here. Click on waveform, and you can choose the random noise level that you want to give. So if I choose random noise high, what it's going to do now is it's going to select frequencies, and it's going to use the upper range here as the upper range for your random noise. So right now it would be 0 to 8 hertz of randomness that it would create. My recommendation is that you do roughly 900 hertz, which can create some pretty disruptive white noise. So if you set it that way and then create the protocol, be sure you want to delete the table, say yep. And then you'll see on this right-hand side here, it will clear everything. And then it will tell you when it's done. And you go back to the view protocol, you can confirm everything's there. Go to select protocol, you're going to see it's going to say Dehab, that's great. Save and continue. And then you're going to see here, it's going to do it for 3 minutes and 50 seconds, which will roughly be around 5 minutes because the actual time is always longer than the estimated. And then if I wanted to, I could simply save and continue, and start the protocol. And then Neurofield will load all those settings. And you can see here, it's giving all this various kinds of random noise. This is a pretty effective way at decoupling stuck systems. So with that said, that's the dehabituator, a very useful method for a number of different kinds of things, not only for work on the brain, but also for reducing inflammation on the body. Use over a joint or a knee or a belly, stuff like that. Okay, have a great day, folks.